And it's gonna hurt a lot more to Canadians than it will Americans. Because, I'm gonna say it again, Canada cannot deal with that because we don't have the economy to deal with it. Trudeau is pushing us towards a military conflict as noted by him today. And welcome to today, where there's a couple things that are going on that I'm going to talk about. First of all, there's Trudeau here. He's talking a lot about he's continuing to talk about going against the tariffs. Continuing to talk about that. And why that is pertinent is because there's a lot of things that are going on and things that will continue to go on that I'm gonna let you guys know about because, I mean, it's just me using my brain and figuring things out as to how things are going. Now, before we get into that, I will also just state that about the end of the video, I'm going to go over another clip of Trudeau, in fact, talk in this very same, I think in the very same clip, just from a different clip, of him talking about something that I think is much more dire, perhaps, for Canadians, and so I'd say stick by for that. However, to dive into today's topic, we have ourselves Trudeau here talking about what we sell America and yada 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 yada. Let's just watch it, have him speak for what he's gonna say.
Donald Trump has announced that he wants a golden age for the American economy. That means they're going to need more energy, more minerals, more steel and aluminum, more lumber, more concrete, more of the things that Canada is already sending them as a reliable and trustworthy partner. If he does move forward on tariffs on Canada, as he has said, whether it be back on January 20th or on February 1st or February 15th as a Valentine's Day present, or on April 1st, or whenever he says he's going to do it, as he keeps repeating, two things will happen. One, Canada will have a strong, robust response, because we don't want this, but we will respond if necessary. And two, prices for American consumers on just about everything will go up. And we don't think he wants that.
So, just really quickly, I want to bring up the point that rather than talking about closing the border, the one stipulation as to why the tariffs are happening, the only stipulation as to why the tariffs are happening, rather than talk about actually solving the problem, he wants to complain and complain and complain that Trudeau is, well, to be completely frank, pushing him. As he should. We should have the border secured more than it is. And, in fact, I'm not going to cover it in this video, but in the video, Trudeau does confirm that what is happening with the cartels is... the border not being secured is completely valid because there are Mexican cartels who are going through America into Canada. We should just be securing the border. He even confirms it. He confirms that that is happening. So, I mean, certainly didn't help himself by being too loose-lipped with that, but I mean, he proved it. He gave everyone the secret sauce as to what is happening at the border, and it is exactly the reason why we need to secure the border. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to complain more than doing actually that. Now, the more important topic that I want to bring up is how he brings up how if we tariff Americans, it is going to, costs are going to rise for them. That would be correct. However, the difference between Americans having their costs rise and Canadians have their prices skyrocket is that there's a massive difference there. Now let me shed light into what I mean by that. Quebec, the big old land of lots of money going to them. Quebec, that country right there. The country that is for the Green Deal, province that is for the Green Deal, province that is for French people, province for... I don't know why, but every single prime minister just likes to kiss their booty for some reason. I don't get it, but I mean, okay. They're having problems with businesses. Specifically, American businesses. Now, why do I bring that up? Why do I bring up the fact that it's American businesses? Well, recently, Amazon just pulled out 7 of their massive, I think it is 7.
Amazon employees arrived at work only to learn their work is disappearing. Within 2 months, the retail giant is shutting down all 7 of its facilities across...
7. Amazon is closing all of their facilities. Sure, they say all 7, but if you're saying all, then that's all. They're closing down completely out of Quebec. What does that mean? That we are, through the tariffs, there is actively a monopoly being formed for, just in general, the post, the Post, Canada Post. There is a monopoly being created here by having Amazon go elsewhere. Now my question is, how many Canadians shop at Costco? Costco is an American company, not Canadian, American. If they tariff us 25%, that would mean that those prices there specifically would go up 25% because they are an American product. How many Canadians shop at Costco for how cheap it is to shop at Costco versus anywhere else in Canada? That means your bulk goods are gonna go up. That means your milk is gonna go up. That means all of that is gonna go up. So there's either, or, maybe that wouldn't happen. Maybe that wouldn't happen. Let me give you the ideas as to what I'm thinking will happen. Either 1, Costco will see a massive growth in their wealth from how much Canadians are going to still be they're still going to be buying from Costco because of how cheap it is and for the size we get for what we're buying there. So Canadians are still going to probably buy from Costco. They're probably not going to go back to Walmart or something like that where the prices are astronomical in comparison to Costco. So they're probably going to still shop at Costco. So either 1, Costco, due to them being an American company, their business is gonna completely boom. That's not necessarily bad. That is good for business. However, for Canadians, that would mean that we are paying a whole lot more for groceries. Now, granted, that would happen anyway because of the tariffs just in general, but that's gonna happen more or less, in fact, due to the fact that that Costco is an American company. They're an American product. They're going to be tariffing Canadians 25%. Maybe. I'm thinking of this wrong and my brain is somewhere in La La Land incorrect. I don't think I am, though. And then the second option for what is going to happen is that Costco is just gonna do an Amazon and pull out of Canada. That would then mean that every Canadian would have to go to Canadian companies in which the prices for Canadian products is not good. That does not reach the bang for the buck at all in comparison to shopping at Costco. And so, on the topics of Trudeau talking about how they're gonna feel, I'll use Doug Ford's quote, they're gonna feel pain. In order of that, Canadians are going to feel a lot more pain, because a lot of Canadians shop at Costco, and not only shop at Costco, but fuel up at Costco as well. But oh wait, Quebecers don't care about the fueling up thing because they're for the green energy, the Green Deal, yada 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 yada. They're all for it. A lot of Canada still uses fuel though, and a lot of Canadians go to Costco to fuel up. That would mean that the Costco prices for fuel are going to go up as well, along with the prices of grocery at Costco. Canadians are going to do nothing but drown in cost. That's all that is going to happen. But Trudeau doesn't care. He doesn't care. He clearly doesn't care, because if he did, he would do the simplistic task of securing the border. But for some reason, he's done nothing but complain, 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 and complain. Now this brings up the point of an ultimatum. And this is what I wanted to share at the end of today's video, which is Trudeau talking in the same kind of light, same room, but he's talking about a specific topic that is problematic for Canadians.
5% on defense. Can you address his comments, please?
Over the past number of years, we brought Canada's defense spending up from below 1%, where it was under the previous Conservative government, to a path towards full 2% in the coming years. We have close to tripled projected defense spending since 2015, and we're going to continue to work with our NATO partners to make sure that we're doing everything necessary to keep Canada safe. The next NATO meeting is in Netherlands in The Hague, but Canada has a strong track to invest in protecting the North, protecting Canadians in a complicated world.
Well, what I talked about is sadly potentially coming to fruition, which is military. I don't want that, obviously, but I did mention it as something that might happen from the tariffs, because of how stubborn Trudeau is. And so, why was I bringing up my fingers while that was going up? Well, we got defense, NATO, keep Canadians safe, NATO, protect. These are all terms that are used in a conflict. Clearly, Trudeau is planning on something happening between Canada and America to where a conflict is necessary to plan for. Not saying that that's not necessarily bad, we should be conflict prepared as Canada. However, there's a obvious purpose, because once again, this is the same place, same conversation as over here. Same conversation, same place, different clip. He's talking about the tariffs, and he's talking about the conflict in the same building, same room, same atmosphere, same everything. So clearly, they're entwined. Point being, Trudeau is talking about how Americans are going to feel pain from the Canadian tariffs to them. But the problem is that most Canadians shop at Costco, an American company. Most Canadians are not feeling the price gouging that is of most Canadian shops, because we shop at Costco, which is just purely smart, because you get a lot more bang for your buck. A lot more. A whole mound better to shop at Costco. A lot of Canadians don't know what the price gouging of Canadian products is, because a lot of us shop at Costco. A lot of us fuel up at Costco. A lot of us are now going to deal with the problems that Costco is an American company. A lot of Canadians are not prepared for this tariff, just as a lot of Canadians were not prepared for Amazon to pull out of Quebec. And I think that that is just about all I wanted to say about this, as to how Trudeau is just doing what he's always doing, which is complaining, rather than actually dealing with the problem and then not having to complain again. He's rather complaining. And in his complaining, in his not dealing with the tariff issue, he is now causing American businesses to pull out of Canada. A lot of Canadians shop at American businesses because of how they are cheaper. That means that Canadians are going to not only pay more for tariffs just in general, but pay more for the businesses that they shop at just because they are American businesses. Everybody is going to feel this one way or the other, and it's going to hurt a lot more to Canadians than it will Americans, because, I'm going to say it again, Canada cannot deal with that because we don't have the economy to deal with it. Trudeau is pushing us towards a military conflict, as noted by him talking militaristically in that same video. So, I just say, be prepared. Be prepared, Canadians, as prices will go up. Obviously, you guys already knew that, but be prepared for the fact that Trudeau might outright push us towards a conflict, a militaristic conflict. He is actively using language that is dictating the direction we are going with this. He is using defense, NATO, keep Canadians safe, and protect, and more defense. He is using language as if we are heading towards a conflict. I believe that is where he is ultimately sending us. I would say, be prepared, Canadians. Be prepared for this, because it's not like he's leaving Canada anytime soon, unfortunately, so be prepared. Be prepared for that. But, anywho, I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope that you also had a good time watching. But until tomorrow, I hope that you have a good one.